Hey guys, Becky from Becks and Books, and today I am here finally with my September wrap up. And I gotta say, because I had a reading slump all the way from the end of August to the beginning of September, I didn't read quite a lot of books, which was quite disappointing considering my TBR pile is massive. So, but that's okay. I mean, at least I did some reading and then I became obsessed with TV shows again and Netflix, as it always happens to be. But I am here today to do my wrap up, so let us begin. So, first off, I read a classical novel which was Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I don't know why I had to double check that because everyone should know who Peter Pan is written by. Now, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I felt that it was great, and it's definitely different to read this in adults' eyes rather than when I was a child. It is quite a violent book from what I remember, but I guess that's because through children's eyes we don't see it that way. We kind of think, oh, it's quite nice and make believe and sword fighting, but we're imagining like wooden swords and not really killing people. But through adults' eyes you kind of realize how violent it is and how selfish Peter Pan is, and it's definitely different, but I did enjoy it all the same, and this counts as my classic for the month. So, and the cover on this is so gorgeous, I love it. So there was that one. The next one I read was a reread, and it wasn't actually via book. It was through Audible books as an audiobook, which is Shopaholic Abroad, or Shopaholic Takes Manhattan, I believe it is in America, and that is by Sophie Kinsella. And I have read and reread that series quite a million times, but this is the first time I'm listening to them via audiobook, and I've got to say it's such a different experience, but I love it. It definitely keeps me company while I drive to and from work, or if I ever have a long drive, etc. So I really enjoy the narrator in those books, and yeah, I definitely recommend picking up any audiobooks, especially of ones that you have read a million times before, just as a different experience altogether. I gave that one a 5 out of 5 stars. I re-rated it, not just from Sophie Kinsella's writing skills, but also as the narrator, and I felt that she was quite excellent. So that was the overall rating for that one, so 5 out of 5 stars, bam. And then the next one I read, which would be my favourite of the month, is Solace by Gail Carriger. I hope I'm saying her last name right. This novel was fantastic, and I was recommended this by Samantha from Novels and Nonsense, which I will link down below her channel. She's amazing, and we're actually currently reading the second book, which is Changeless, which will be in my TBR for October. We're buddy reading that one together, but this book was amazing, and it is very Jane Austen-esque mixed with like some feistiness, and I just love this character Alexia. She's very badass. She is like women take over, like powerful women, and she's another kind of Elizabeth Bennet character, very take charge, very I don't really need a man, but there is a love interest in this, and it is a definite 5 out of 5 stars for me. The way it's written, the world building, the fact that it's in the Victorian era, mixed with the werewolves and the vampires and supernatural, because she is soulless, she has no soul. So I definitely recommend this book to anybody that is interested in anything like this. It is a steampunk novel. I think this is like one of my first also novels that is a steampunk, and I absolutely adore it. So I'm definitely going to be picking up the rest of Gail Carriger's novels, as well as any more steampunk novels in the future. And if you do know of any, please leave a comment down below with your recommendations, because I I'm in love with this kind of genre. So favorite novel. And the next one I read was a e-arc book, which is an ebook that is an arc, which is an advanced reader's copy, and this is from Kathy Dynasty, which is Hellbound, A World Apart. I was able to review her first book, which was just Hellbound, and that was pretty good. They're zombie apocalypse novellas, and the second one was just as good, and I love seeing how her writing abilities has definitely improved from her first one, and I applaud her for that. This one was a 3.5 stars for me. Like I say, there is definitely an improvement from the first one, and I can't wait to see what the third one does provide and what else she can do. I do appreciate being given this book to review. And the next one I read is Deadlocked by Charlene Harris. I've rated that one 4 out of 5 stars. This is the 12th book in the Sookie Stackhouse series, so I'm almost there to completing it. So that is exciting, but also scary that I'm going to end up in like a book hangover, because you invest so much time in a series that is especially like 13 books long. So this one it's starting to improve again from the last books between like 9 and 11. They kind of started going a bit downhill, but then it went up again, and they're not 5-star books for me, but they're definitely an improvement from that little bit that she kind of went a bit downhill. I think I'm not explaining that properly, but people that have read these novels will probably be like, yes, we get ya, holla. So I'm excited to pick up more of Charlene Harris's books because they were so good, well written. I love the world building, I love her supernatural style, and I love these far better than the True Bloods TV show series, but books are normally always better. So like I said, 4 out of 5 stars, great. So the final and last book I read, which brings it to a count of 6 books, is Beautiful Stranger by Christina Lauren. So this one is a continuation from The Beautiful Bastard. It's not exactly a sequel, but it is including the characters from the first novel, and it was amazing and beautiful and romantic, but very sexy. So I do recommend these books for those that don't want too much spice, but enough spice to get your heartbeat racing. And I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, and have bought the next 2 in the Beautiful Bastard type series, because sometimes you just need a bit of romance in your life. Do you know what I mean? So it's a nice, easy read. I think I read this in like practically a day and a half. So definitely recommend to pick these series up because they're pretty good, and the guys in there are pretty hot, so something nice and different. So there you have my books for the month. I do recommend pretty much all these books if you haven't read them. My reading slump is pretty much done for, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood. I should be touching my head. It is quite hot here in Australia. It's spring, but we seem to be having some summery days. So it had taken me a little bit to create a video for these things because I don't want to wear makeup. So I will see you guys in my next video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe. It will make me very happy. And leave some recommendations down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them. Bam, comments. So I will see you guys in my October TBR. I think I'm like, what month are we in? Yeah, I'll see you guys in my October TBR. So thank you guys for watching. Happy reading.